little advanced topics, which are loops. So loops are basically things like, imagine you have like, let's move forward, like whatever they are loops, right? So imagine you have a box of 10 different colors, right? So imagine you have box, like you have 10 types of crayons, right? 10 type of crayons with you. Okay, and I tell you to like draw a circle from each of them. Draw a circle from every color, right? Okay, so with each one, right? So instead of like it will be a task like you have to pick each and every color, right? So it will be a lengthy card. So instead of this, what if I tell you in a shorter form? So this is the main, like, sorry, this is the main okay. Now, so imagine you have a box. We have like with the 10 types of crayons, and you tell you to draw circles. Okay, so what in the normal case in the computer we have to say it like draw a circle with the first crayon. Okay, first crayon. Then you will say draw a circle with second crayon. Then you will say draw a circle with third crayon, and so on and on. Okay, so that is very lengthy. So what if instead of doing this much struggle, what if you just say for each crayon, let's just say for each crayon in the box, right? We have to tell them from where. In the box, draw a circle. Okay, so this is much shorter way to tell the computer how to think. So for this we use for loop. Okay, for loops. Okay, so let me show you how to what's the syntax of for loop and stuff. So for loop basically is created as for, and it requires 3 parameters in it, which is first is initialization, and it is the basic what value it would be starting with. So if it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, of what value you want it to start. Okay, then we have a condition over it. Okay, then we have iteration. Okay, so condition is basically the condition it will check until unless it is true, the loop will work and proceed further. And similar, how many like iteration jump you want, like if you want to go 1 2 3 4, or if you want to go to 1 3 5 7, so similar. So just so this is the basic syntax for the for loop. Moving forward, let me show you how this things works. Okay, so just removing everything, the basic if else right now. So just clear it up. For, similar to the above syntax, we're working with it. For, we have to initialize a basic starting point for this. So int I is equals to 0, I is lesser than equals to 5. We added the condition over here. So until unless I is lesser than 5, you have to run the loop. Okay, then we add I plus plus. So sorry, we don't have to use commas here, use semicolon, sentence also. I will clear it up so we don't confuse. So now you can see we have created a loop which starts from 0 and works till the I is not equals to 5, and it increments every time. So if you can see I plus plus, it's basically another operator similar to this basic math operators, which is used for incrementation. So it's like 5 plus plus is equal to 6. Okay, and for 5 minus minus, it is equals to 4. Okay, so it's basically increment and decrement. Okay, that's basically that. So we can use I plus plus or either I minus minus here. Currently we have I equals to 0 and we want it to go to I plus plus, so we will I5, so we will go with increment. Okay, so moving forward I can show you what will work like. So if you want to print your name, right, print Argos and borrowed for 5 times, okay, then you just have to make a loop for 5 times and it shows flutter print 6 times Pargo saying power, because right now we have used equal to sign. So if you see the graph, if you see the loop, it will be going like this. So just let me clear it up. So for first time I equals to 0, print Pargo saying power. For second time I equals to 1, Pargo saying power. Third, fourth, fifth, so it's like 0 1, it's like 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So that's 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. So in total it will be 6. So if I remove this condition, it will be 5. So if you want to run the loop for 5 times, you will start from 0 and it will iterate till it's lesser than 5. Okay, yeah. So also you can add another stuff, like you can combine both the concepts we used, like in the controls flow. You can also use if and else conditions and other stuffs in the loop. Everything I mentioned above can be used inside the loops as well. So also there's a 2 different concept here. So one of them are break and continue. So if I give you an example, what if you have a 10 working loop, right, length of 10 loop, and you want to print only 5 times, okay, so you will print like if I is equals to 5, okay, as soon as it reaches to 5 you have wanted to break, okay, so 5 just break. So now you can see, even if the length is 10, but it's still printing for 5 times, because as soon as it reaches the 5 it is breaking out of the loop. So it is basically, there are 2 types of function you can use it. So first is break, which I showed you. It just simply break you out of the loop, okay. So it basically do this. And then we have something we call continue. So let's try continue here. So you can see, even the loop is running for 10 times, we are getting the Pargo of my name for only 9 times. Why would it be the case? It is due to, as on I equals to 5 we are using continue. So as soon as you use the continue statement, it skips the current iteration. So it skips all the part below it. So whether if I print anything or do anything below it, it will not do on the iteration 5. So in total we have 10 iterations, but on 5th iteration we are skipping the next steps. Okay, so we have continue. So what the continue is, skip the iteration. Okay, yeah. So now we have cleared the for loops and stuff. So now moving forward, there are another kind of loop. So like, what if you don't like, for loop, basically you have to specify the number, right? So you have to specify how long you want this loop to continue, right? So as you can see, for loop you have to know the count, right? So iteration. But what if you don't know this? What if you don't know the count and just know the count, right? So it can possible, right? You don't know the count, or you just want to make a loop but you don't know how many iteration it would be. So you can then, at that time, you will be using something what we call while loop. Okay, so while loop are simply loops which are not like powered by count. It is basically controlled by the condition. Until and unless this condition is true, the loop will work. Unless the condition is false, then the loop will not like move forward. So it's basically while condition is true, then we will print something or do something here. Otherwise, we will be moving forward. Okay. So let's do the same thing we did for loop with the for loop with the while loop. Just I'm clearing all this stuff. Okay, so now we have to create a condition. For this I'm creating a variable which is a countdown, of for 5 seconds, right? Just 5 times and thing. So we will create a loop while countdown is greater than 0 until unless until unless countdown is lesser than 0, this loop will work. Okay, so we'll be starting with print. But I have copied, so just spread _ bar until unless countdown is lesser than 0. To make this countdown lesser than 0, right now you can see there's nothing that change the countdown, so the loop will go to the infinite, and that will cause a problem. You can see it's not a good practice, right? So you have to give a end condition. So we will do countdown minus. So see, the compiler is going moving forward and forward, and that's not the best practice. We break the compiler like this. Okay, so I have to shut down the app for once, show you. Okay, so now we are moving forward. So just try it every time. Just don't this is like a note or an escalation, just note it. So every time you create a while loop, you have to check the end condition is present and it's a valid condition, that after some amount of time the countdown or any variable you set comes to the condition you want to fulfill. Okay, so in our case we want the countdown to reach below 0. So as soon as it becomes lesser than 0, our condition will become false and loop will not move further. Okay, so that's the basic idea of doing counts. Okay, yeah, so that's for this video. I hope you learned everything. Just to try to practice everything about it. So do try to practice it and learn more about it, and try to make it more into your brain, so you don't have to mug up it everything. Just to go with the flow and do everything. Okay, bye, have a nice day.